So I'm willing to bet that everybody knows Montana Fly Company. They're the ones that produce my Knucklehead and Knuckle Deep, like loads of gallops patterns. And you've always known that they have some fly tying materials. Listen, I don't know if they're going through a rebranding or what, but they are bringing it with the new products. Like, yeah. In this new fly tying product spotlight, we're looking at Montana Fly Company's Scales and Tails. So the way I look at Montana Fly Company as a fly tying material company is they take regular materials and take it to another level. So they have the barred marabou that is really, really good looking. They also have barred sloppin. They just have a lot of materials that they have made better, for lack of better. So Scales and Tails is a semi-translucent, multicolored, crinkly fiber synthetic. That was a mouthful. That I kind of compare, like, if you were to take EP fibers and craft fur and bucktail and maybe like squimpish fibers and just put them together, that's kind of it. So with it being a synthetic, it's super durable. It's not going to soak up a bunch of water. It holds its shape really well. That type of stuff. It's a little harder to tie with just because it's slicker than natural materials, but it also offers some things that natural materials just can't do. So within all these colors are flash, little bits of flash here and there. This is subtle. It's not too much, it's not an overwhelming amount of flash, it's just a great amount of flash that makes it look even more translucent. I don't like flashy stuff just for sake of flash. I like flash that's there for a reason, and in my eyes, there's no better reason to use flash than to make something look almost translucent, like a bait fish, like a real bait fish. This stuff comes in 19 or 20 different colors, from bright stuff, that one's upside down, to more natural colors and everything kind of in between. But one of the cool things about how they are doing the colorways, they'll have two different types of the same color. Now, this isn't all colors across the board, but like yellow and chartreuse and stuff like that, they have two different colors offered. So in chartreuse, you have the regular chartreuse, and then you have like a mottled chartreuse, grizzly chartreuse. And you can see a big difference here. So if you want to make something that's more natural looking, but still has some flash and some, I don't know, sex appeal, like chartreuse, you can take the grizzly chartreuse or the mottled yellow, and you still have that natural kind of look without blowing you away. So you're not just bound by one color and one shade of that color in so many ways. This material can be used for heads, tails, wings. You could build a whole body out of it. And like I said earlier, it has enough subtle flash that you could almost use this for flash itself. If you're looking for something that's just a little bit more subdued and not in your face flash, you could put this in with bucktail or in with another tail of something else, or over a wing. Tons and tons of different things to do with this. And if you've never tied a Clouser minnow with this stuff, you've never tied a Clouser minnow. I think one of the best uses for this material is small to medium sized baitfish imitations. With a saddle hackle tail and a little bit of extra flash, you can tie a baitfish that's gonna catch every striper, snook, smallmouth, largemouth, all the way to Dorado. Anything that eats a baitfish will eat this fly right here. So what we're gonna do now is jump over to the vise and tie this baitfish pattern. After we get done at the vise, I'll go over some pros and cons and some stuff that I like and some stuff that I may not like as much, and then we'll do our giveaway. So, yeah. I'm gonna start off with like 4 just regular saddle hackles. So we're gonna use olive and yellow for this one. To be exact, this is mottled hot yellow and just regular olive. So we're just gonna veil this back part of the tail with the yellow. Try to work the fibers around the hook as much as possible and bind them down. Now we're just gonna tie the second part in. You wanna make sure everything is tapered real well. So we're gonna lay it on there and then kind of smash it down and let it go around that yellow just a touch, not a bunch. So now we're gonna reverse tie the yellow on the bottom. When you're reverse tying synthetics, no matter what they are, I highly recommend glue. They're just slick. At this point, I'm gonna add some small Palmer chenille, just for a pop of a little bit of different color. And then we're gonna reverse tie again. And we'll finish. Okay, some pros and cons of scales and tails. To me, the number one pro is it can replace so many other materials for me. I will use this stuff a lot. I can totally replace craft fur on my knucklehead with this stuff and make a super cool fly. So for the second pro, the packaging. So yeah, the packaging looks great. Good looking packaging, but also it's totally biodegradable. Massive pro. So you've heard me preach its praises and everything like that. Now some cons. I talked about the packaging. The packaging may also be a little bit of a con. It doesn't come out of the packaging exceptionally well. Anything that is not strung together or bound together never comes out of the packaging really well. You'll pull too much out and then you'll leave some stuff in there. That was on me. And then putting unused material back into the packaging is not exceptionally easy. But there's a really easy fix for that, and it's just to zip tie it on one end or in the middle. And then whenever you throw the packaging away, it's just fine. Biodegradable. Two birds, one stone. I can't take credit for the zip tie thing. Whenever I got these as samples almost a year ago, this is how they sent them. There was no packaging or anything like that. But if you want to see what it's like to get samples before stuff goes to market, this is basically what you get. So they sent me these colors and yeah, so this is what it looked like. Doing the zip tie instead of having to get it out of the package, easily the way to go. So as always, I have a link in the description of this video that'll take you straight to where you can buy the scales and tails. Definitely check this stuff out. It is overly cool. So thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Now we're gonna give away the fly from like the last products video. The winner is the WV Good Guy. I'm guessing West Virginia Good Guy. He says he's a fan of the product videos already, so nice. So WV Good Guy, shoot me an email or a message on Instagram and I'll get some dead meat customized to you and the knucklehead I tied in the last video. For your chance to win a couple packages of scales and tails and this fly, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. I'll have the random comment generator pick a random comment, send you this stuff.